It's 6:30 p.m. Your toddler is screaming because you cut the sandwich wrong, and here's what I need you to do. Don't calm them down. Don't try to stop the tantrum. Don't fix it. I know. Every parenting instinct you have is screaming at me right now. That's terrible advice. You can't just let them scream. But stay with me, because what I'm about to show you is backed by neuroscience, practiced across 3 different cultures, and it works in about 90 seconds, which is probably 8 minutes faster than what you're doing right now. Korean families discovered something about the nervous system that Western parents are just starting to understand. Danish psychologists confirmed it. Montessori teachers have been using it for over 100 years. And once you see how it works, you'll never handle a tantrum the same way again. Here's what most of us do when a tantrum starts. You try to fix it fast. You offer solutions. Okay, I'll cut it differently. You want it in triangles? Squares? I'll make a whole new sandwich. You try to rationalize. Sweetie, it's the same sandwich. The shape doesn't change how it tastes. You're being silly. You try to distract. Hey, look at this. Want to watch your show? Want a snack? And when none of that works, you either give in completely or you get stern. That's enough. We don't cry over sandwiches. Calm down right now. Sound familiar? And it makes sense, right? Your child is dysregulated. You're the adult. Your job is to regulate them. Get them back to calm as fast as possible so everyone can move on. That's what we were all taught. That's what our instincts tell us. But here's what actually happens. Step 1. You come in with control energy, fix-it energy. Your nervous system is activated because their screaming activated your stress response. So you're trying to calm them down, but you're not calm yourself. Step 2. Your child's brain reads your energy as more threat. They're already flooded. Their amygdala, that's the fear center of the brain, is running the show. And when you come in trying to control, correct, or fix, their brain interprets that as danger. Mom's upset. Dad's frustrated. I'm in trouble. This is bad. Step 3. They escalate. The crying gets louder. The thrashing gets bigger. What could have been 90 seconds turns into 10 minutes. And everyone ends up exhausted, disconnected, and confused about what just happened. If you've done this, if you felt panic when they started screaming and jumped straight to fix-it mode, you're not broken. You're not failing. You're human, and you're doing exactly what your nervous system was wired to do. But there's a better way. Here's where Korean parents, Danish psychologists, and Montessori teachers figured out something completely different. Picture this. A Korean grandmother is watching her 3-year-old grandson in the kitchen. He asks for juice. She pours it into the blue cup. He wanted the red cup, and he loses it, screaming, throwing himself on the floor, kicking the cabinet. She doesn't speak. She doesn't correct. She doesn't try to fix the cup situation. She walks over, gets down on the floor next to him. Not hovering, not grabbing, just present. Her body is calm. Her breath is slow. She places one hand gently on his back, and she just breathes. For about 20 seconds, he keeps screaming. She doesn't flinch, doesn't talk, just breathes. And then you see it. His crying shifts. The pitch changes. The intensity drops. Within 90 seconds, he's taking shaky breaths. And within 2 minutes, he's calm enough to hear her quiet voice say, "You wanted the red cup. You're so upset." He nods. She gets the red cup. He drinks. It's over. It's like watching a storm pass through without trying to fight the wind. Korean parents don't rush to fix emotion. They absorb it first, because they understand something about the way the nervous system actually works. When you stay calm, truly calm, not performing calm, your child's brain can borrow your calm. This is called co-regulation. Your toddler's prefrontal cortex, the part that manages big emotions, isn't fully developed yet. It won't be for another 20+ years. They literally cannot calm themselves down when they're flooded. Their brain syncs with yours. If you're anxious, they stay anxious. If you're calm, they access calm. Slow presence is faster than quick fixes. I'm going to call this the pause and presence method. It's called a pause because the first move is the hardest move. You stop trying to stop the tantrum. I need to warn you, every step of this will feel wrong at first. Your brain will scream at you to do something. That discomfort is exactly why most parents never discover how fast this actually works. I'm going to show you 5 simple steps. And I want you to follow along with the timing, because when you see how fast this works, you'll understand why Korean grandmothers look so calm and Western parents look so exhausted. Ready? 90 seconds. That's all we need. Let's break it down. Step 1. Lower. The instant the tantrum starts, and I mean the very first scream, you lower your body. You get down to their level. Knees on the floor, not hovering over them, not standing with your hands on your hips. You drop. Why? Because height equals power. And when your child is flooded, anything that looks like power reads as threat. Getting low signals, I'm not here to control you. I'm here with you. When you do this, something shifts in their brain. The threat level drops just slightly. Not enough to stop the tantrum, but enough to crack open the door. Timestamp, 5 seconds done. 85 to go. Step 2, silence. You say nothing. Not yet. This is where most parents panic. But I need to tell them it's okay. I need to explain. No, not yet. Your child's amygdala is hijacked. The language processing part of their brain is offline. Anything you say right now will bounce off or make it worse. Instead, you just stay close. You position yourself about 2 feet away, close enough to feel your presence, far enough that you're not crowding, and you breathe. Slow, audible, in through your nose, out through your mouth. You're not breathing for you, you're breathing for them. You'll feel the urge to speak. Don't. Not yet. Timestamp, 15 seconds done. 75 to go. Step 3, soft touch. Maybe. If your child tolerates touch and some kids don't, when they're flooded, you place one hand on their back, shoulder, or arm. Gentle, grounding, warm. If they pull away, you don't chase. You respect the boundary and keep your calm proximity. Here's what's happening in their brain. Physical touch from a calm nervous system activates the vagus nerve. That's the nerve that signals safety to the body. It literally tells their system, you're not in danger. You can come back down. Some kids melt into this touch within 10 seconds. Others need 30. You wait. Timestamp, 30 to 40 seconds done. About 50 to go. You'll notice their breathing starts to change. The screams become cries. The cries become whimpers. Here's what this looks like in real life. Without the pause and presence method, your child is screaming about the sandwich. You say, "It's the same sandwich! Stop crying!" They scream louder. You offer to fix it. They throw it. You get frustrated. They escalate. 10 minutes of chaos. With the pause and presence method. Same sandwich, same scream. You say nothing. You lower, you breathe, you wait. Within 60 seconds, they're taking shaky breaths. Within 90 seconds, they can hear you. Total time, 1.5 minutes. That's the difference. Step 4, name it. Now, only now you speak. You don't fix. You don't problem solve. You don't lecture. You just name what you see. You're so upset. You wanted the red cup. That made you really mad. Simple, judgment-free, accurate. When you name their emotion, you activate the prefrontal cortex. The part of the brain that was offline starts to come back. Neuroscientists call this name it to tame it. You're not solving the problem. You're validating the feeling. And that validation is what allows their nervous system to complete the stress cycle. Timestamp, 60 to 70 seconds done. Almost there. Step 5, invite forward movement. Once they've calmed enough to hear you, you offer a bridge back. Do you want to sit with me? Should we get some water together? Ready for a hug? Notice the word together. You're not sending them away. You're not moving on without them. You're inviting reconnection. And almost always, they take it. Total time, 90 seconds. Done. Here's what just happened in those 90 seconds. You lowered your body. Your child's brain registered, not a threat. You stayed silent while they screamed. Their brain realized, I'm not in trouble for feeling this. You breathed slowly. Their nervous system borrowed your regulation. You named the feeling without fixing it. Their prefrontal cortex came back online, and you invited them back into connection. The stress cycle completed. You didn't stop the tantrum. You gave it space to finish, and it finished fast. But here's what matters most. You didn't just end a tantrum faster. You taught their brain a new pattern. When your child has big feelings, the amygdala hijacks the prefrontal cortex. The thinking brain goes offline. The feeling brain takes over. Trying to reason with them, distract them, or control them during that hijacking doesn't work. It's like shouting instructions at someone who's underwater. But the pause and presence method reaches them because you're not talking to their thinking brain, you're regulating their nervous system. And once they feel safe, the thinking brain comes back online on its own. But here's the real payoff. You're rewiring how their brain handles emotional flooding. Over time, sometimes in just a week, tantrums become less frequent and less intense. Not because you're controlling them, but because their brain is learning. Big feelings are safe. Mom stays calm. I come back down. I'm okay. That pattern compounds. By age 5, your child has practiced co-regulation hundreds of times. They start to internalize it. They develop self-regulation. By age 7, they can start calming themselves down because you showed them what calm feels like for 4 years. That's not tantrum management. That's brain development. Now I know what you're thinking. What if this doesn't work? What if my child screams for 20 minutes? What if they get violent? Let me walk you through what actually happens. Day 1, you try this method. Your child tantrums over something small, a broken cracker, the wrong plate, a toy that won't work. You lower, you stay quiet, you breathe, and they scream louder because they're confused. This is new. You usually try to fix it or get frustrated. Now you're just there, calm, present. Their brain is testing. Is this safe? Can I really feel this without getting in trouble? That first tantrum might last 5 minutes instead of 90 seconds. That's okay. That's not failure. That's the learning curve. Day 3, you try it again. Same method. Lower, silence, breathe, name it, reconnect. This time, the screaming sounds different. Less panic, more release. They're beginning to trust that you're not going to punish the feeling or abandon them in it. It takes 3 minutes. Day 5, your child has another meltdown. But this time, they recover in about 90 seconds. And when they're calm, they climb into your lap instead of running away. They're learning the pattern. Week 2, tantrums start happening less often. Not because you're preventing them, but because your child's nervous system is getting more regulated overall. This isn't magic. It's neuroscience. You're retraining a stress response system that's been wired to panic. That rewiring takes repetition, not perfection. Most parents report genuine shifts within 7 to 10 days of consistent practice. Let me tell you what this looks like 6 months from now. Your child is at the playground. Another kid takes their toy. They start to get upset, face red, fists clenched. But instead of a full meltdown, they pause. They take a breath. They look at you. You stay calm. You nod. And they say, I didn't like that. The other parent is stunned. Wow, how did they just regulate themselves? You smile because you know. For the past 6 months, you've been teaching their nervous system what regulation feels like. Every time you stayed calm during a tantrum, you made a deposit. Every time you named their feeling without shaming it, you built their emotional vocabulary. Every time you invited them back into connection, you showed them they're safe. Now they're starting to do it themselves. That's not just better behavior. That's emotional intelligence. That's the foundation of resilience. That's who they're becoming because of how you showed up. And it doesn't stop there. Bedtime becomes easier because a regulated child falls asleep faster. Transitions become smoother because they're not constantly in fight or flight mode. Sibling fights de-escalate quicker because they've learned that big feelings pass. You'll notice them using words you've used. I'm frustrated. I need a minute. Can you just stay with me? That's not compliance. That's co-regulation becoming self-regulation. So here's your challenge. The next time your child has a tantrum, and it'll probably be today, I want you to try something radical. Don't fix it. Don't stop it. Don't explain it. Just lower. Breathe. Stay. Name it. Reconnect. Set a timer if you want. Watch how fast it works. Remember that wrong-shaped sandwich from the beginning? The one that caused the meltdown? With the pause and presence method, the sandwich is still wrong. The shape is still different. But your child learns something more valuable than getting what they want. They learn that big feelings don't break connection, that you can be trusted when they're at their worst, that they're safe, even in the storm. And that changes everything. Try it. Come back. Tell me what happened. You've got this.